I've got a mug at home with a quote from Gandhi on it, and it says, "Be the change you desire to see in the world." And I think that's the one thing that has moved the whole sort of gay liberation thing forwards every single step of the way.
When I started looking at the societies, two things I looked for were drama society and LGBT society, and I think just seeing there was one here was really important and really a good sort of really heartening for me when I arrived.
What was the society like? The society went in phases. It was like a poison chalice in the union, really, if you're going to take it up. I think at the start of every year, it was a little unsavoury. You would suddenly get everyone turn up for the society meeting again. People wanted to meet what would unfortunately be called fresh meat, fresh blood, new people coming in. And then a lot of people would just drift away and say, well, no, I don't need the society and I want to be in my own little quiet world.
Well, that's the thing. When I was at school, there was part of the reason why I just wouldn't accept my sexuality to myself was just the fear.
In schools, there's still a lot of homophobia and a lot of bullying. There's a lot in the press at the moment about the use of the term gay in a derogatory way, which has a major impact on mental health for people, which is one thing that I really noticed when I was at university. I remember distinctly being in an LGBT society meeting and realising about 15 people who were regular attenders there. Every single one of them, including myself, was on antidepressants, and that was really, really common. Mental health problems for gay people are so common because of the experiences that people go through. It's good to see now that things have changed and that's less of an issue. I think because gay people have a more normal experience growing up. They get to come out earlier on, start socialising, start interacting, developing relationships and learning how to relate to each other. So that's the big change. But from coming into university to going out, it's just such a steep learning curve. You have to condense what everyone else takes for granted that they've picked up from the age of 10 or so.
But when I came out, I was, looking back on it, just utterly insufferable. But I think that might be everyone does that when they're a fresher. You sort of, at the end of uni, you go, oh my God, what was I doing? But I was very much new to it and having a lot of fun with it. Not having a lot of fun, like sleeping around, but normal fresher stuff. But as a young boy who's just gone, oh, I'm gay, yeah. I dressed quite inappropriately. I behaved quite effeminately.
When I was much younger, people talk about caricatures, the camp sort of effeminacy and everything else, and it sort of bursting out of the closet. And in all honesty, that's a defence mechanism. I saw people turn up for LGBT society meetings on their first time, and they were indistinguishable from anyone else. They were quiet, timid, shy, freshers. They suddenly found they were accepted, and then within a month or so, they had all these flamboyant arm wavings of very camp mannerisms, and they were trying to fit into something new. But it was almost as though they were screaming, yes, I know I'm gay, don't even bother to comment on it.
I wouldn't say I was the most greatest Christian on earth, but I think exploring my sexuality more with my religion probably made me a better Christian than I was. Because it meant that I actually had to read the Bible for what it was, rather than people telling me it was wrong. I needed to see, what is this book that's telling me it's wrong? Let me have a look. And what you find in society, that people just sort of pick rules that they like because it's good. You have people saying all the time, there's no need to be real with people all the time and do it bluntly. But if someone tells you you look nice, you're not saying, why are you being real with me? Why are you telling me this? So people always like the things they want to hear, and people pick out things from the Bible they like. The same way the Bible says, if you wear different types of material, you're a sinner. Yeah, I'm sat here today probably wearing leather and cotton the same way you're doing it as well, and I'm not saying you're a sinner. Or like sex before marriage, yet people do it all the time, so it's sort of like just pick and mixing, like what makes you a greater sinner than someone else.
Some of the work I've done recently focuses specifically on the fact that gay people come from all sorts of backgrounds. They still have faith. If you are from a faith background and you get to adolescence, you work out, well, actually I'm gay. A lot of people find they have to choose between their faith and their sexuality and the prospect of having some sort of relationship, which is an impossible decision. I mean, I'd done that almost myself because I came to study physics, so I had to reconcile, well, Big Bang, creationism, try and put the two together and get a rational sort of spin on it. I didn't come out to my parents for quite some time, not because they were incredibly religious, but they were quite conservative background anyway. But ultimately I was actually blackmailed into it. The family of a guy I was seeing here, it's a very long story, but there was a disagreement. They thought they'd try blackmail and suggested they might tell my parents I was gay, so I thought, right, I'm not having this, and I told them first. It went down pretty badly, but now I can't imagine not being out to my parents, and I think it is the single biggest, most important thing for gay people to do. A lot of people do it when they are students.
It was Sunday evening. We were just having dinner, and staying at home for a gap year is very, very difficult because you get sick of your family a lot. I've got two little brothers. My middle brother, who I clash heads with a lot, he had been I share a room with him, and he'd been sort of getting at me all evening over dinner. Looking back on it, it's like brotherly teasing, you know? Like saying names, which is like, alright. But a lot of them were like sort of homosexual slurs, like bummer, things like that. And dinner I was like panicking, going, what, does he know? Does he know? And so like after dinner we were in the kitchen washing up, and he was like, I lost my temper, and I said, right, is it you getting at me because you know I'm bisexual? And he sort of evidently didn't know. His face completely changed colour. He ran upstairs and told my mum, who then proceeded to tell pretty much the rest of my family. Apart from my littlest brother, who I then kept it, because he was really, I think of him as like the baby of the family, so I sort of kept it from him for a while. But then I did have to come out with him. When was that? It was first year, I think, when I was coming home. I just sort of sat him down and said, look, I'm gay and I hope you can accept that. And he said, yeah, it's fine, obviously, which was nice.
One thing that has moved the whole sort of gay liberation thing forwards every single step of the way, it's people sort of saying, I don't care what the law says or what other people say or whether I'm accepted or not, I am going to be me. And the more you live the way you want to, the more you expect to be treated with respect, the more society has to adapt to accommodate you. If you create your own space and you behave the way you want to, then things change around that. I think the way forwards is just get on with your life and live it the way you want to.